energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jones looking to throw right away. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of...
That would give inside for Falk. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hey,
They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Lawrence. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll give to Falk up the middle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Lamb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. He's got room at the 30. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like...
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. CeeDee Lamb from 13 yards out. And the Patriots will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
3 yards remain for second down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On the handoff, this is Falk. And he's got room. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 out the gate.
88 out the gate? What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Jones throw there into the hands of Ross.
From just shy of midfield, Jones.
Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Back to throw. Jones forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Here's Stevenson. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trip. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ramondre Stevenson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
On play action, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This is Smith with a grab. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 18. That's good for 28 yards. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish. to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 17, Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense, they came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Again, it's Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Patterson back out there to send this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Jones over the middle. That's caught by Schwartz. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lawrence will throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
So far, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. Out to his left. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Jagsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So the penalty there winds up on the offense. So obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off play action. Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the right side, this is Stevenson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Ramondre Stevenson
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Patriots are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But to throw again is Lawrence.
He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. It's just their 1st. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To try again after the sack, Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jones. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And a solid run down inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a Patriots first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. On the handoff, Stevenson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slides in that drop top. Something about Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up. Show the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro?
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Sound like some superhero. Some black superheroes. Oh yeah. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a role like me. Military mind stated, and I keep in a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mega. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my ego. Dressed in a tuxedo, into party, alter ego. Killed your leader in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the asker thought it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Need a black superhero. Need a black superhero.